There. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Today is a really special day in our house. As I'm recording this, it's the first day of school. And so, yes, I am enjoying a little bit of peace and quiet over here this morning. And don't worry, I gave myself a little time to just soak it all in before I hopped on here to record this podcast. But it is really nice to, you know, have this piece again, have a routine as kind of a schedule back. I don't know about you, but I absolutely thrive on routine and having a schedule. Like that really helps me. Is that something that helps you too? So, the start of the school year is always really refreshing to me because it does bring back that routine, that schedule that I love so much, that really helps me out and honestly gives me an opportunity to let that organized side of me shine. Because when you are following a routine, when you have a specific schedule that you're trying to keep to, there are so many opportunities for you to help your future self out. So there are all these opportunities for you to be proactively organized in a way that makes life easier for you down the road. Do you follow what I'm saying? So things as simple as, okay, I have two boys going off to school. They both like to bring their lunch. And so I am very lucky to have a proactive husband in this department who packs the lunches ahead of time. So all my boys have to do in the morning after they've gotten themselves all ready is grab their lunch out of the fridge, grab an ice pack out of the freezer, drop it in their lunch bag, and toss it in their backpack. Done. It's a piece of cake. There's no scrambling around in the morning trying to make a sandwich and pick out what fruit you want or chips or whatever it may be. It just eliminates that for us in the mornings when time can be a little bit crunched here and there and makes things just run a little bit more smoothly so that everybody's day gets off to an easier start. There are lots of different ways that you can put this idea into practice. But here's the thing that's tricky is that not everybody thrives on a schedule. Not everybody loves the routine, right? And not everyone has the same level of motivation. In fact, I would venture a guess to say that there are very few people in the world who do have the same level of motivation to stay organized all the time. That's going to, wane here and there. There are going to be moments when you're like, let's go. I am feeling it. I am motivated. What else can I do? What else can I knock out? How else can I help my future self be able to relax a little bit and enjoy those moments of life more? And then there are going to be times when you look at yourself and go, yeah, no, this is not happening today. I do not feel like meal planning, or I do not feel like packing lunches. I must be hungry. Food is on my mind today. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like doing those things. And sometimes, yeah, we can still tell ourselves, look, it's tough cookies, Lauren. You don't want to do it. You still have to do it. Get it done. And yeah, we can push through and get it done. But sometimes there's just those days, I'm sure you've felt it too, where you're just like, I can't today. And you know what? That's okay. Let's be realistic here. That's okay to have days like that. There are so many different factors that can play into your level of motivation on any given day. So, what you can do, or what I do that I want to share with you today, is to have an area or a space somewhere. I use my phone, and I'll tell you why in just a minute, but it could be anywhere. If you have a command center in your home, you could have it posted there. You could use post-it notes that you put wherever makes sense for you. You could just have a list on your desk, a list in your car, even. I like mine on my phone but I call this my let's go list. So you know how I mentioned, like sometimes you have that extra little level of motivation where you do feel like, yes, let's go. I can do some things. I can do some extra things. What else can I do? How can I help my future self live life a little bit more easily? What can I be doing now? And when I do feel that way, I turn to my let's go list. My let's go list is just a note on my phone that are things that I've been putting off, things that have come up for me that I want to do or that I need to do, but that when I have those ideas or have those thoughts, it's not the right time to do it. Whether it's, I literally don't have the time to do this right now. Maybe it's a bigger project and I need to kind of work it in somewhere down the line. Or it's just one of those things that I was like, man, I know this needs to get done, but today is one of those I can't days, or I don't want to do it days, right? And so I stick it on my let's go list. Then I don't have to feel like I'm holding on to that thing in the back of my mind, right? It frees up a little bit of my mental space. It allows me to not get stuck thinking about that thing that I'm not doing, right? Because I've given it a home, I've given it a space that's going to hold on to that and have it ready for me when I am mentally and physically and emotionally ready to take it on. So this could be anything, my friend. So I'm peeking at my let's go list here on my phone right now. On my let's go list right now are things like meal planning. Guess what? That's always on my let's go list. What that does is anytime that I am feeling like, all right, let's go, I can do this. Oop, there's my cue. Time to pull up the let's go list and see what's on, needing to get done. I can pull that up and go, ooh, you know what? I would like to pick up my grocery order. That's also on my let's go list, is placing my grocery order. I would like to pick that up in a couple of days. So yeah, if right now is when I'm having that let's go moment, I'm going to go ahead and meal plan my next week and start figuring out what I have and what I need and getting that all started and working on. I leave those on my let's go list all the time. That way, I don't necessarily have a set day that I have to meal plan and get my grocery order in and all of those kinds of things. Like I can take my time with it. I can focus in on it in those moments when I'm feeling more motivated. I have the energy and the desire to knock it out. Guess what? When you're meal planning, this is just a little side trick for you. When you're meal planning at a time when you're motivated to meal plan rather than just at a time that you feel like you have to meal plan, you're likely to be more excited about your food. You're likely to make healthier choices as well, if that's a goal of yours. So just, kind of little extra things that come along with being proactive and utilizing a let's go list that I wanted to share with you. I have decluttering my office closet. That's something that popped up here not too long ago. It was just one of those, ooh, the school year is coming. I'm going to have a little bit of extra time when my kids aren't, home with me all day and we're going and having fun. Oh my gosh, you guys, we had such a great summer. I digress. But it's like I really want to dig through the closet in my office again and see what all is in there that I really need and see if there's stuff that's hiding in there. I know that's a spot where stuff hides. And so that's on my let's go list, for this school year. We're also coming up on a seasonal change. I've got a little bit of time, so this one's probably going to hang out on my let's go list, but it's decluttering my kids' dressers and closets. That's something I typically do while they're at school. It's not their favorite thing to do. And guess what? It's a lot faster and easier, and I enjoy it a little bit if I'm doing it on my own. So I go through and pick out things that I know that are starting to get a little bit small on them. So I take out clothes that aren't going to make it to the next lap around the sun. The next time we come up on this season, I make sure those go out. And then I also spend a little bit of time bringing up, especially for my younger one, he's got a lot of hand-me-downs. We hang on to the clothes that are still in good shape and we get some hand-me-downs from cousins as well. And I'll bring those up and go through them and see what things I think will fit him. And I take care of all that while he's at school. But then his job is to come home and go through those the new clothes, try things on, see what else we need. He helps me hang them up, put them in the closet, or put them away in his dresser, things like that. But so decluttering my kids' dressers and closets is on my let's go list. I also have some projects, things that I've been working on. So this one has been on my let's go list for a little over a year, and that's painting our interior doors and their door frames white. So I started this project back in 2023, and I knocked out all the interior doors on our main floor, and I love it. It looks so great. It looks so crisp and clean and fresh. But life happened, right? And I had to table it for a while. And then as life continued to happen, I kind of forgot about it. And it was just, a month or two ago that I was like, you know what? I need to get that on my let's go list, because as summer comes to a close here, I'm going to have some more time. And I would really love, I still have all of the materials. I have everything that I need. That's a really easy project for me to pick up again, get to work on and knock that out, and then have that kind of little bit of dopamine like rush of getting to see, how silly is that? But seriously, getting to see those beautiful white doors with, we got, new matte black hardware. And oh my gosh, you guys, I bought that hardware back in 2022. It's 2024. It's the end of August 2024, and not all of that hardware is on doors yet. So it's like, that's just one of those things that happens in life, right? But it's on my let's go list. And just the other day, pulled everything out, got all the drop cloths out, got the paintbrush, the paint roller, the paint, all the different things I need, and I'm ready to go. So I may be pulling doors down after I finish recording this episode. Also, I have kind of earmarked on here like future projects that we'd like to work on that need some planning and some thinking and some budgeting done for them. Those are things that are probably going to sit on that let's go list a little bit longer while I finish up, current projects. But that just kind of gives you an idea of the scope of what exists on my let's go list. Your let's go list can have anything you want, whether there's certain loads of laundry that you're just like, man, I really need to change sheets, or I need to, get those things folded and put away. But today is not the day. Whatever it may be, put it on your let's go list. And then tomorrow or the next day, when you feel that rush of motivation of like, all right, now is my moment. What were those things that I was trying to remember? Remember, this is a way to get it out of your mental load, get it down on paper. It's in my phone. Get it down somewhere where you can see it and remember it without having to remember it. And then being able to take advantage of those moments when you do feel motivated, when you do feel energized, and you do feel ready to take them on. And then you can work through, prioritize, kind of look at how much time do I have? How much energy do I feel like I have? Maybe you want to just grab a small task off the let's do list, or the let's go list, excuse me. Maybe you want to grab something a little bit bigger, longer term. It's totally up to you. My friends, this is how I help myself get through those moments when I don't feel like being organized, when I don't feel like doing whatever it is that I know I need to do, or that I want to do, but maybe just don't have the time or the energy to do it in that moment. This is an amazing way for you to be able to help make sense of it all and capitalize on those moments when you do have the energy and the motivation. All right, friends, I'll be back next week to chat a little bit more here on the Declutter 360 podcast. So come on back and join me every Thursday.